So I'm CJ Beckford and I play Andre Scott Clark.
Sick.
Yeah.
I'm Nneka Okoye and I play Wanda Richards.
I'm Adeyinka Akinrinade and I play Alicia Richards.
Our father is dead.
I don't care.
Go to London, see the woman he chose over us.
Just in time for the will reading.
I leave all my shares in the company to Nina and Simon.
You take this!
I'm the boss. And that's how we're going to move forward.
Flair and glory is ours, and they'll get no peace until they give it back.
No, you don't mess with a black woman's edges.
Someone's been stealing money from the company.
We could have grounds for a police investigation.
You should leave before they drag you into their wahala.
Keep your enemies close.
Don't ever underestimate this family.
Not like your mother.
Say it again.
You lost.
The war is still on. If they want my company, they'll have to fight me for it.
Very nice, very nice. Good to see you guys.
Thank you for coming down for sure.
Yeah,
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. So we're going to start with some quick fire questions. Just get you guys warm, yeah? So I'm going to start off, I'm just going to go left to right. You just have to answer quickly, yeah?
I'm scared. I'm nervous now.
Okay, let's
Okay,
go.
we're going to go. If you could play one Disney character, which one would it be?
Quick fire. He said.
I
Quick
know,
fire.
but like, because I love Disney, so I'm like, I would
His fire is
love.
very slow.
It's not burning at all.
Olaf.
Olaf.
Olaf. Yeah, from
Who's that?
Frozen.
I haven't watched Frozen.
I mean, if you're going to use Disney.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
I thought you were going to go for the classics.
Sorry.
Okay, if we're talking, then you got to be specific. If you're talking
You're right,
like, okay,
you're
so
right.
like
No,
Disney
that's not-
classics
Yeah.
or, okay, classic. Oh, come back to me.
Go neck.
Hercules.
Hercules.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I love that.
It's his hair, innit?
That's his calves. I'm joking. I just think he went through so much. He
It's
overcame
true,
so
yeah.
much.
He did,
And
he
I think
did.
the music in that
The theme.
yeah.
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 Hero.
I've got more.
Yeah.
CJ?
This is so random. I was saying Peter Pan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he wants to
You
live
never want to grow
forever.
up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Childish.
No one mentioned like a Lion King character. I was surprised.
Yeah.
So
I
Adey's
know.
gonna go
But
again.
you're in the jungle. Oh, yeah, go on.
Well, I was going to say the genie from Aladdin.
That's
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a
The
great
Will Smith one or the original one?
original.
The original.
Okay.
100%.
Okay.
Robin Williams.
Was
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
All right, next question.
Alright. What animal would you be in another life? We'll start with you, CJ.
Okay.
I was ready to vote.
Oh,
A dolphin.
I was going to
no
say
way.
a dolphin.
I'm sorry.
You can't
Yeah,
say
man,
that.
they're intelligent, they're smart, they're so much water. They're
handsome.
just handsome.
And they're really
beautiful,
clever.
Yeah.
and clever.
Oh, okay. Fair.
Someone told me that I have my spirit guide is a unicorn. So I would be a unicorn.
This wasn't a Disney question. This was an animal, like an actual.
Yeah, like a real animal. The one you can see like the zoo or
Are
safari.
unicorns animals?
Yeah, but they're not real.
I think it all depends on your perception of reality.
But bordering insanity though, if we start thinking about unicorns being
Called you mad. Called you mad.
Okay, you go back to your comeback.
I was going to say dolphin, but I think I'd be a whale. Like,
no, let her land. Go on.
like Free Willy. Like I'd be that. Yeah.
Okay, a killer whale.
Yeah, killer whale.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you guys laughed really hard. Okay, like damn.
All right. So this one's deep, but you have to be quick.
Okay.
If you had a lifetime supply of one thing, what would that thing be? It can be physical or like non-physical.
Are we talking about like survival?
It could be whatever.
Anything,
However
anything.
This question speaks to your spirit. You can answer.
A lasagna.
An endless supply of lasagna is all you need.
Yeah, because I love
That's a hilarious answer.
Okay. How?
Speak your truth.
Yeah, speak your truth. How good is your lasagna? Is it good?
My lasagna's banging, bro.
Banging. Okay.
Banging. I make the best lasagna.
Did she
Also,
bring any for you?
No, I didn't get any.
I didn't. Did you get any? No.
I've made you a
I haven't
lasagna before.
tasted it.
I don't think you've ever made me food.
No, I haven't.
Oh.
Wow, I really
Wow.
lied.
And you lot, damn.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
Right.
I wanted to be really philosophical, but
Okay, you can.
I'm not gonna. I'm gonna say gold.
Gold.
Wow.
Yeah, 'cause
Yes.
I feel like if you choose like money, like
Yeah.
it can go. You know, £50 10 years ago is not what it is today. But I feel
True.
like gold,
Okay.
it never loses its value. Is that true?
I mean, the value still goes up and
It
down.
goes up. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's something that's always going to be needed. It's a mineral that's
Yeah.
always needed.
Yeah.
Okay, so you pick gold.
Yeah.
Where are you from again?
You know where I'm from.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I'm still trying to think. I'm genuinely still trying to think of something.
Maybe you should rename this like slow burner
Yeah.
questions.
Okay, well,
Rather than
okay, yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. Okay, slow burn.
Slow burner questions.
Slowest burn.
I genuinely can't even think of
Lifetime, maybe vests.
Nah.
Nah. What was yours? Did you have anything in your head?
Lifetime supply of something. I would want trainers,
Mm. Any type of trainers?
Air Forces. I want to be like Floyd Mayweather.
Usually, you just live in Air Forces.
Air Forces, comfortable ones.
What about you, Manny?
Something medical,
Mm.
like an endless supply of
Blood.
no.
But that could
Like
be
G-
a good one
Mm.
because so many people need blood,
Blood.
like
Yeah.
blood transfusion. Yeah.
Yeah, something that would basically save the world.
I know I wanted to pick something.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Did I win? I won, innit? I won. Thanks.
Lasagna, but everyone's like, blood, gold.
Cheers.
Like,
Okay, this one should be quick fire.
Okay.
Last one. What's one role that you wish you played?
Wish you played.
like any character.
Any character.
The Joker.
The Joker.
Yeah.
Slaps.
The Joker.
I could see you there.
Yeah.
Why could you see me as that?
As in, you really committed to the role. And
You have the dedication
You have the
to play
dedication.
such a complex character.
Okay, because
Yeah. And you
make
can pull
sure,
it off.
Yeah, just make sure you're not like thinking I'm crazy.
No.
Okay.
Not until you look to me like that.
Okay.
I don't watch no films.
Series?
Cartoons.
Theatre?
I can't think of the role, but I do like playing. I would want to play the villain in something
Okay.
like
Thanos.
Mm.
like his
Thanos.
Dark Materials. Have you watched his Dark
I've
Materials?
heard of it, I haven't watched it.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, Ruth Wilson, her character. I really liked her character. I really liked Cersei Lannister in Game of
Oh,
Thrones.
yes.
Yeah, like the characters like that.
Yeah.
What?
No, because she did some questionable things.
Yeah,
Like-
no, I like playing the villain.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
I was
saying.
talking about like family questionable things, not.
I
not.
knew you was going there as well.
Not. I know the show is about family, so I don't.
But it's all make believe. It's not real. Do you know what I mean?
It's like unicorns.
Acting.
Unicorns.
Action. It'll probably be like a Pursuit of Happiness. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I can see
Yeah,
that.
me too.
love
Yeah.
kind of
Very
nurturing,
wholesome.
inspirational
Yeah.
kind of character.
Sick.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right, cool. That's enough of that.
Mhm.
Thank you guys for coming. As I said, Riches is coming out on ITV on the 30th of June. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So how does it feel like you've been on Prime in the States, you've been on ITVX, and you're going on to ITV now? How does that feel like the progress, and how does it feel to actually be able to put that out to as many people as possible?
CJ?
It feels great, you know.
Yeah.
It got received so well.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's a show that we haven't really seen a show like that before. You know?
Agreed,
We have like strong black females at the lead of it, at the heart of it.
Yeah.
And especially the drama type it is, it's like mostly you kind of see men in that role. So I think it's been received extremely well, States and here, and we're just happy that people fucked with it. If I can swear, but like really, genuinely.
And like, hopefully, it will reach a wider audience. It being on like terrestrial TV and stuff like that. But yeah, it's nice. I mean, obviously, when CJ messaged me and said he was going to New York, I was like, oh, you know, be prepared to be recognised. He was like, huh? I was like, I just ignored him because I was like, he's gonna see. Because there were times where I would go out and like you forget because it's like, you know, and then someone said, I've seen you before, and I was like, 100% you haven't. Like, I don't live here. Like, 100% you have not. And then you just sort of, and you're like, oh, okay. Yeah, when you film something in the UK and then for it to be seen like globally, it's like really nice that it got that recognition.
Yeah.
Just means you can't be like caught slipping really.
Can't go Tesco.
I still get caught slipping so many times.
People still come up to you.
No. I don't mean like that. I just mean in general. I'm like, there was one time I even bumped into you one time and I don't know what happened. One day, don't say it like that. One day, I just remember being like, I cannot see anybody today.
And then you see him.
And then I saw Peter. But to be fair, I called him and I was like, Peter! But yeah, just in general.
Yeah. And it's always sort of like really nice because you do the show and then obviously there's a time when like, you know, they're editing it and all this sort of stuff and then you're like, the show comes out and then you get all this reception. But you're like, oh my gosh, but we filmed the show like a year.
You
really forget. Like it was a while ago that we filmed the show. So it's like, it just sort of like, it's a nice reminder where people like, you know, I still get messages, still get people like come up to me and go, oh my gosh, like I love Riches and all this sort of stuff. And it's like, it's just really, really nice that it happens. Like even like, what, we filmed like a year and a half ago? Like nearly 2, like a year and a half ago. So yeah, it's really
And how long was the shooting period? Was it like a couple of months?
4 months.
4 months.
Yeah.
Were you guys living together? Or like close? Okay.
Back from like home.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
really?
Yeah, but we saw each other a lot.
Yeah.
all the time.
What was it like on set? Was it just like
Like this.
It was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was so much fun. Like the thing is, like when you book a job, like so much happens before that. You've done a self tape. You probably had a recall, and you've maybe come into.
Recall?
So if you like send in
The
a
next
tape,
round.
they'll ask you to do another tape or come in and meet the casting director, etc. Maybe you'll come in for a third time, meet the director, writer.
Yeah.
Then you sort of do all your hair, makeup stuff and like choosing outfits and stuff like that. Like then you have to read all the scripts. So much goes into it, and then you kind of forget that you're going to be meeting people until like you do, and then you're like, oh, this is nice. Just to like go into work every day doing something that you're passionate about, but also be surrounded by people that you genuinely get along with outside of work. It's just, it is really special. So we're really lucky.
Yeah, we laughed a lot on set.
Yeah,
Like,
maybe
like,
too much. Yeah.
I didn't feel like work at times.
Yeah,
I swear, that's
really.
it.
Genuinely.
Yeah.
Was the support staff, were they black as well? So like the makeup artists, the hair artists, were they?
Support staff.
Yeah, I don't know what you call them.
The crew.
We're not in the industry.
You don't know. It's right. We had a mix. Yeah, it was like really, really diverse. Yeah, we had a mix of people.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely hair and makeup. Like that's the first time I've seen such a diverse hair and makeup team.
Cool.
Yeah.
Are you guys still friends now?
No. Yeah, no, we are. We are really good friends. Which is, like I said, it's nice.
So you guys are like fairly young, right? So like
Young.
What's fairly as well?
as in like you're
Be
my
careful.
age and younger.
Which is
Actually, we don't need to
We
be
don't
long to
need-
tell them.
Yeah.
But like on set and the other people in the cast, you got some veterans in the game. Like, what did you guys learn from them? Just on set and just as you was going about.
I think it's. Oh, you go.
No, I was gonna say like Sarah Niles is like incredible.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
an incredible
Emmy nominated.
Emmy nominated.
Emmy nominated.
Sarah, just Give her a round of applause. And I think like just the way she conducted herself, professionally, but also Sarah is hilarious.
Yeah.
Like she is so funny, and she like, you know, she knows when to be serious, but she also knows when to have fun.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, for me, because Richards was my first sort of like big TV gig, and I was like super nervous and very, very scared. And she just like always would just make me feel like I had every right to be there. Because sometimes it can be like overwhelming because you're like, oh my gosh, like I've never experienced this before. I feel really scared and all this sort of stuff. But she like really sort of like enforced in me that you have a right to be here and that, you know, you should celebrate yourself and be proud of yourself.
Yeah.
And Hermione Norris as well. She was incredible. Like there was one time I was like really stressed on set. I think I was just like panicking about lines because it was a really, really big scene. And it was actually the first time that I met Hermione, and we got into the car together to go to set. And she looked at me, she could tell on my face that I was like panicky. And she literally just turned to me and she said, "You're going to be okay." Like in this really soft, Hermione's like really soft spoken, this really soft voice. She was like, "You're going to be okay." And literally instantly I was like,
Calm down.
I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. And like every time I'm sort of on set with Hermione and she can tell that I'm getting really stressed, she just looks at me and she says, "You're going to be okay." And instantly I just feel like so much better. So they were amazing at sort of like keeping me calm and chill. Yeah.
And I think also just in general, just being themselves. Like I think when someone is just able to be, I think you learn without them necessarily being like, this is what I'm going to teach you. Do you know what I mean? Because I think sometimes, especially when you're first starting out, you don't really know how you're meant to sort of conduct yourself. Because I think when people expect you to always be on, do you know what I mean? Always like, hi, charismatic, like, do you know what I mean? But just being able to just sit in yourself and be was just like refreshing, you know?
That's good.
Sick. I want to ask you guys your career journey. So how did you get to basically be on Riches? Because I know some of yours might have been a bit different. I know the conventional route is like acting school, and then you start auditioning, maybe go through theatre, and then you get picked up.
Well, none of us went to like drama school, did we?
No, not
Yeah, we didn't. I like
No,
Yeah.
kick it off.
Me?
Yeah. Kick us off with your journey.
I'm trying to condense it.
Yeah.
It's like, ultimately, I've always wanted to do it from like when I was like 5 years old. But obviously, having sort of like traditional Nigerian parents, like, and also being quite academic and also liking academia, I definitely went down that route. My parents sort of did encourage me as well. But then when I was like, yeah, I want to do it for A-levels, and my mum just being like, stop this! But you paid for my life. And then I took a gap year before I went to uni, which is what gap year is. Yeah. And and then I sort of just like, condense. I sort of like fell into it again, but I wasn't planning to. I was at work one time, and my colleague saw like a queue of people auditioning. Well, I didn't know they were auditioning. They were just standing outside, and there was like 200 people, and she was like, "Let's go and see what it is."
What, just queue up?
Yeah, she was like that. She was just very free-spirited, and I was like, "No, like work's done. Like I want to go home, like kind of thing." And then she was like, "Let's just go." So I was like, "I'll go for her."
Yeah.
So I went and we asked what they were doing, and they were like, they were auditioning for a short film. So I looked at like the breakdown. Like one guy had like a piece of paper, and it was 3 guys, 1 girl, and the only girl was 35 to 45, and I was like 19 at the time. So I was like, well, there's no point auditioning for it. But something in me at that moment made me feel like, I remember this thing
like
that I like. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. The passion came
and
out.
The passion sort of came back. But I think it was always there. I think in life, like you're given talents, and I think if I didn't take it at that time, like the universe, God, whatever it is that you believe in, would have given me another sort of opportunity. And I feel like we always get these, and it's like down to you whether or not you want to accept it at that moment. So that was how I got back into it. But before that, hadn't done it for like 10 years. And then from there, you just meet like-minded people, got an agent, and from there. That was like my condensed
That's good.
milk
version.
I'll go. But I went to Anna Shears.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
for a bit.
wow.
You got a strong alumni.
That was Anna Shears?
So Daniel went there.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
Franz. A few people went there. A lot of people from EastEnders went there.
Yeah.
But again, at the time, I didn't really take it too serious. I was just going there just as like a hobby. And then I kind of like, you know what? I'm not going to do this. Let me go to uni. Let me study something. So I went to Westminster, studied marketing.
Okay.
But at the same time, like in between like lectures, I'll go to like auditions.
Okay.
Just to keep it there on the side. And then after I graduated, I was like, you know what? Uni's not for me. Made some great friends. I was like, I think acting is something I want to get back into. So then started hunting, done tons of extra work just to get in there, just to see like how the film industry works, if I actually wanted to do it. And then after that, got an agent after many hard failures and messages, emails, finally got an agent. And literally just haven't stopped, thankfully, working since. So
Sick, man.
It's been a beautiful journey, and the journey continues.
Amen.
Sick.
So my journey was sort of like, so I always enjoyed acting, loved it, loved watching cartoons, TV shows and all that sort of stuff. And did it at sixth form. But also my parents weren't so keen on it because they're Nigerian. So I actually told my mum at university that I was studying a media degree, but actually auditioned for which was sold to us as a drama school course at a university. That was not the case at all. It's not a drama school at all. But my mum thought, sorry, Mum. My mum thought it was a media degree. So I did that. But actually the course, even though it wasn't so much acting, I learned a lot about sort of like behind the scenes and producing, and actually really enjoyed sort of like producing short films, TV shows and all that sort of stuff. Graduated university and actually thought, oh, do you know what? I don't think I want to be an actor. I don't want to put myself through the stress of doing that. And went into sort of like producing short films, festivals and all that sort of stuff, and did that for a while, but then thought, do you know what? As much as I love sort of like facilitating people, I do miss acting. So I did a showcase, and that's when my agent came along and saw me in the showcase, and I got my agent from there. But in terms of Riches was a really Riches came at a really interesting time for me. I'd been with my agent about 3-4 years, and I'd like done some stuff, but really small roles. And at the start of the year, I was auditioning for a lot of stuff and was getting like nothing back. Like absolutely nothing. And this must have been about August. So I'd been auditioning for like 6-7 months and like getting nothing back. And I turned to my agent and I was like, listen, it's time for me to take a break. I cannot do this. Like constant rejection is really, it's tough. It's really, really hard. It's not, it's a lot. So I was like crying on the phone. I was like, I don't even know if I want to be an actor anymore, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, do you know what? Take some time off and relax and all this sort of stuff. And I was like, okay, yeah, cool. Also at that time, I was like moving house because I was just having like a quarter-life crisis. And then, so then my agent sent me Riches, and in my head I was thinking, this woman needs to leave me alone. I'm like, I've told
you I need a break.
I need a break. Like, why are you sending me auditions? Like, what are you doing? Like, honestly. And then I read it and I was like, oh, because she was like, I know that I'm not meant to send you stuff, but I've seen the script and I think it'd be perfect for it. And I was like, okay, let me just read the script. And then I read it and I was like, no, this is sick. This is good. This is really, really good. And obviously auditioned for it. Didn't hear back for a while. Then got the recall and I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. Didn't hear back again for a while. And then I was in a hot yoga class because obviously I was trying to like cleanse myself.
Zen, all that,
sort of stuff. And I saw like 6 missed calls from my agent and I was like, that's either a good sign or bad sign. Like, so I was like, hi Cordelia. She was like, hi, you're right. Yeah, I'm fine. She was like, okay, good, what are you up to? I was like, I'm just coming out of a yoga class. I was like, what is it? And she was like, oh yeah, I just want to let you know that you've landed Riches. And I literally cried in my car. So my best friend was in the car and I literally like the tears that were coming down my face because I was so happy that like, one, obviously that I had landed this role, but two, in terms of because of where I was in my career, like it just felt like such a massive like change for me.
Trajectory
and
for you, innit?
yeah, and it was like a reinforcement as to go like, yeah, you should be
doing
doing
this.
this. Like it's not going to be easy, but you should be doing it. So I always like look back at when I heard about Riches and go, that was a pivotal moment for me.
I always say what's for you will never pass you
Yeah,
by.
exactly.
True.
So, do you know what I mean? So that was meant for you.
Yeah.
True.
And you bodied it.
Yeah.
Smashed it.
Thanks, CJ.
That was so wholesome. Like, because I knew bits of your story. I don't think I knew everything. Like, this is like probably the first time we've had.
Yeah.
That was so nice hearing all our journeys. It wasn't like one direct path as well.
Just on what you were saying, so like when you were talking about the scripts and stuff. So when you guys read the scripts, obviously you're reading it. This is from someone who's never done any acting, right? Yeah. So I would read it like it's a story, right? So when you're thinking about the role you're playing, what parts of you do you feel like you're going to add to that character, or do you feel, are you allowed to do that, or how does that work, or do you just go with the guidance that the director or the writer gives you? How does that part work?
I think everyone's process is different, really. I think for me, I get quite detailed. I think it's the Virgo in me. Like, I will be like, okay, cool. I need to, if there's a scene, I'm like, what was happening before that scene?
Okay. You want a whole picture kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll be like, okay, so what uni does she go to? Like, what's her star sign? What's her Enneagram? Like, what? Enneagram is like a...
Is that Instagram? New Instagram?
I don't know how to explain it. It's like the Enneagram. It's like different numbers. So it'll be like from numbers like 1 to 9, and it will like explain. What's funny?
No, that's all good.
It will explain the personality types that you could be. So like, anyway, so I would do stuff like that. I will like just try and understand like who. So I do this thing where I'll be like, what are the 3 main things you could say about her, and then what's this one opposing thing that you would say about this character. So it might be like, she's confident, she's self-assured, she's charismatic, but she's like vulnerable or something like that. Just something that you can like play with. But then I do think a lot of it is like instinctive, you know, like obviously we had Abby, the writer, so we were able to ask her a lot of questions to build a picture of this person and her relation to everyone else. I think the 3 siblings from the mum and the dad, we had a Zoom, I think, where we like spoke about how we were all sort of like connected to each other.
Okay.
Just to like help build a picture. We could even like improv different things. But I think you discover a lot of things, and I think ultimately if you're a good actor, I think a lot of it comes naturally. And also it comes from like, you're not acting in isolation, do you know what I mean? So it depends on what the other person
is doing as well.
gives you.
Yeah.
And you need to be open and receptive to that. So that would be sort of my process and how I approach it.
Okay. And how did it feel for you? Obviously you're on the outside of like the family. Like what kind of dynamic did you feel like you had with the family? Like on script, and like what did you think you had to bring to it? Just reading through.
I've always felt like I was a part of the family. Like before
you kind of
Well, I was gonna say I'm doing certain things with certain family members.
You like the bombshell on Love Island. That's what you was. Yeah. That's what you was.
That's a good but I always felt like I was kind of in. I feel like Andre is the type of guy that he always wants to be on like the winning side. And he is I think he's intelligent, but I feel like he lacks a bit of a street smart. You know, so I think that's what kind of makes him a bit like, or some people will say he's a bit naive. But
So another question about scripts. So in the show, there's like mad like twists and turns, and you know revelations, and all of this stuff, and loads of cliffhangers as well. But when you read it, Like, was you expecting that when you were reading it, like from episode 1 to get to the end? Like, how did you feel finding out some of the stuff?
It was drama after
Wasn't
drama
expecting.
every single time.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
reading it up until like the early hours of the morning because I was
Didn't
because
wanna put it down,
I didn't want to put it down.
Literally.
Like I was like, right, this, and this, oh wow, like, it was
Even when we
crazy.
watched episode 6, because when me, Manny, and Deborah we watched it with Abby, the writer, the last episode,
Okay, yeah.
and I can't remember, but something happened in episode 6 that we all didn't know. Like, and I was like, what? Like, that wasn't in the script.
Well, right at the end, like the last scene.
Yeah, I can't remember what it
That's
was,
funny.
but like, I think they even changed some bits. So yeah, we were sort of like left on our toes. But it is that sort of like, you know, soapy, addictive drama. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, I think that's what, because I think most people, like from my family that have watched it already, they were like, went to go watch one episode and then they were like, oh, we stayed up.
Yeah, it's a binge watch.
Quite bingey,
It's a binge watch for sure.
And there's only 6 episodes.
Yeah.
Just one thing that I thought about, like, have you guys deep that you're going to be on like ITV? Like, I'm just saying it in this way because like when we were growing up, we used to watch The Bill on ITV. Where and that was like a proper exciting time. Everyone in school was going to watch it. It just felt like one of those moments. Have you guys like kind of like,
has it hit home yet?
have you recognized that that's who you are now to the next generation of black and, you know, I don't know, let's say black kids in school that are looking to do something in life? Like, I never wanted to be an actor, but I felt inspired by seeing black people on TV, and that's what you guys are doing. And you're affluent black people as well. It's not. It's not a struggle.
It's not the drug dealers. It's not the hood man.
Have you deep that that's what you're doing, or are you still just living life and looking in the clouds and stuff?
I think it comes and goes. I think like I only ever really deep it when I'm approached by people and people like, or they send messages and sort of say like, I love your character. Like, you know, when they pick up stuff about your character and then you go, oh wow, like people really resonate with this character. But then obviously there's other times where I'm just like doing my food shopping Aldi and I'm just going on with my life and like, you know, without the awareness that I'm on a TV show that's on Amazon Prime in the US and, you know, all this sort of stuff. I think it just, for me personally, it just comes in waves. It's when I'm like confronted with it, that's when I'm sort of like, oh yeah, we made a show that people really liked and it's on TV and I don't know. But I don't think it still hasn't really sunk in yet. I think not yet.
Yeah. But that's what you guys are doing though. You are
for sure.
You are those people now to the next generation and our generation as well. So
feels very
this is like
feels very
There's a lot of pressure.
Oh my God.
I mean, you did well.
You've done well. It's like so well.
Yeah. It's just, I think it's kind of like when you said it, it's like, oh yeah, but I still run for the train. You know what I mean?
Me too, bro. Me too. Listen,
I really want to get to that point where I don't.
Life is still happening. Like,
it's interesting. You never really take it in until someone says it.
Yeah.
So sometimes moments, I think we just have to stop and just think about the things that, you know.
But I do just to like pick out what you said, like, because it's when you're saying it that I'm sort of, and I think because we all get along and we're all I think we all get along and we're like friends and stuff like that. It's just kind of like, it does feel like we're just sort of hanging out with our friends. But yeah, I think you don't really clock it. But when I was younger, I didn't really see a lot of stuff like, and you know, telling my parents that I wanted to be an actor and stuff, as much as they'd support me and all of this kind of stuff, I don't know, maybe they would have felt like it could actually happen because they would be able to see it as well. So it is actually really important. I think obviously it's very easy to get quite insular and think about like yourself and your life and all the things you want to do and are yet to do. But yeah, I think it's nice that basically what you've said, that people may be like inspired, like other young actors and stuff. Because I know I'm like inspired by like a lot of other black actors, like, you know, I don't know, Gabrielle Union, like people like that, that you're like, okay, cool. They are doing it and it was harder for them as well. Do you know what I mean? So So I'm just gonna sit with that.
I feel like we're in a great time for British UK stuff.
Yeah.
Something just feels right.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just great that we've got a show that's a part of that.
Yeah. Also, sorry, just reminded me. I was doing a radio play, an audio drama the other day at Audible, and another group of people like came in to do their project, and there was about like 10 like black people, or like, what is the word now? Black, like as in like
Black and Asian?
No, like
ethnics.
I don't know. What can we say? BAME? I don't know. Are we allowed to say that?
Yeah.
Edit this if you need to.
Babe.
What are you talking about?
I just like different people from but like
non-white.
Non-white. That covers enough.
Non-white. Yeah. Just non-white.
Okay.
There are others.
Okay, well, you know what I mean. And I was like, they all went to like quite a prestigious drama school, and I was like, oh, like what drama school did you go to? And they told me, and I was like, you guys are all in the same year? And they were like, yeah. And I was like shocked.
Oh, wow.
Because you know how it is. Sometimes they don't take any person of colour. Oh, it's of colour, that's it.
Yeah.
They don't take any
We got there, that's the important thing.
we did. They don't take any person of colour, or they have like one person of colour, or two. And I was like, wow, like it was refreshing, because it just doesn't happen. And so when you see all the noise being made and people advocating for certain things, you sometimes feel like you're doing it in a vacuum. And to see that sort of come out just like a few years later, represented by those drama students, was like, it was just really, it was, it was. And it's like changes are being made, and like rightly so. There's obviously still a long way to go, but it is encouraging that I'm able to see the change, you know.
And you're part of the change as well, all of you. Which is big.
We are. Yeah.
So back to Riches. What should viewers expect when they're watching Riches? What should they be looking forward to?
Secrets.
Drama.
Sass.
Yeah.
Who brought the most sass on set?
Someone was complaining about something in jollof rice.
As my character, obviously.
Okay.
To answer the question.
This one here. This one here.
She's quite
And the brother from the States.
Simon.
Oh,
yeah.
He was
He
like
brought the
he did
sass.
it like
He was like more elegant
elegant
sass.
sass.
Yeah, classy
like
sass.
don't talk to my sister.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't need to shout.
Yours was bratty.
Mine was very bratty.
Yeah.
Very.
So secrets, drama,
Secrets,
sass,
success,
family problems,
sexy,
it's sexy.
dysfunction,
Scandalous.
Yes.
Scandalous.
Scandalous.
Yeah.
That's a tune.
Big tune.
Yeah, it was.
How close to your characters do you think you guys are in real life?
I think CJ's spot on.
Yeah, I think, Now, certain parts of your character, you're slick. You're slick.
Okay.
Yeah. Financial, articulate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dress as well.
Yeah. In a suit.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like you've got to bring something of yourself.
Of yourself. Okay.
Like 80%.
Yours was definitely over 70%.
No.
Yeah.
I was no. No.
Well, actually, on that, so when you were reading, how did it work? When you read the script, were you reading for a particular role and that's one you went for, or you thought you might go for another role?
Well, funnily enough, I was reading for Wanda, but I remember being like, when I met you in the makeup test, I remember thinking like, she looks so young. Like, she should play Wanda. Like, I should play Alicia. Do you know what I mean? Like, I remember saying that. Like, she's got such a cute baby face. But no, what was your question? No, we refer our characters.
Okay, you read
Yeah,
we did.
How close to your character do you think you are?
I don't know. I mean, I suppose I don't know. I don't think I'm that close to my character in terms of like the beauty and hair and makeup side. Like that, I researched a lot about that, and that was like super, super fun.
Yeah.
But I suppose in some settings, like with Alicia, she sort of like builds up her confidence to speak out.
Yeah.
And in that aspect, I suppose like I can relate to that. Like sometimes it takes me a while to speak out. But once I'm comfortable, I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
And I think also like sometimes I can come across as quite hard and like sort of like, sometimes.
Really?
Well, more in a work setting actually.
Okay.
I come across as
Okay.
quite hard.
Yeah.
And then people are always quite shocked when I show that vulnerability side of me. So I mean, maybe in that way.
Are you smiling so much?
Yeah, you got something to say.
No, because I don't think you come across like that. So, like,
Yeah, because I like you guys. Like,
yeah, but when I first met Addy, she was like, "Hey, sis!" I didn't know who she was. I was like, but you know,
I think it's more my producer. When I'm a producer,
as a producer.
Okay.
like I'm like a different person as a producer.
Okay, like a dictator.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't say
You said yeah. You said yeah.
different words.
I mean, I wouldn't say dictator, but like, you know.
You're in charge, you've got to organise and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
and
So
I
you
take
take on a different
And
role.
I don't take a lot of shit. Like, I don't know.
You shouldn't.
As you shouldn't.
Yeah.
What was your first initial like reaction?
I couldn't. It's not what I expected.
Really?
Because because when
same.
I came to your screening
Yeah.
and like every 2 minutes I was like tapping your leg, like this is amazing. And then when I came home and I watched my fiance,
Yeah.
like she got annoyed at me because I think the 3rd episode I started watching them without her.
Yeah.
And then she actually came in from work and she was like, well, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
Like this is our routine now. So yeah, it was just I got sucked into it, man. And you feel like you're part of the family. You feel like you're probably invested in some of the characters as well. So I love watching it, man.
I felt the same. I felt like you said Renaissance, but it's like I don't know what the word is. It just felt like it just felt right. It felt like Black excellence. Because obviously the premise is that you guys are on the top of the hair and beauty like industry. And that was just sick, and seeing like the family fight for who should be in charge and all of that. And then also it felt good to know that, sorry, spoiler alert, probably won't come out, that the villain wasn't who we thought the villain was.
Yeah.
So that felt good as well. And just complex, like families are just complex, isn't it? As you get older and you realize like, oh yes, yeah, my family is kind of complex. And that's what it kind of felt like. It felt like, this is family. Like these are the sort of arguments you have with your siblings or your parents or step parents or whatever it is. So it just felt right. It felt fresh. It felt right.
Yeah.
And it felt like everybody should watch it. Really. That's what it felt.
Oh, thanks, Peter.
One last question.
Yeah.
Who, if you could pick one person, who would your favorite character be?
I would say Deborah. No, Deborah or Simon.
Yeah.
And the only reason why is obviously you guys, sorry, not you, obviously. Well, actually you as well. But you two and your
not like
I don't think you was a brother person. But you two and your brother and you were just kind of like the villains.
Who was a villain?
Whereas Deborah and Simon were like
their relationship to
no, but you guys weren't warm to them, innit?
Yeah.
So the whole time I was just like, why are you not on that?
Exactly.
Obviously there's the whole context of the family, whatever. So those two were my like, they were my heroes, and then obviously I got to like you more so like because you had like your morals came out and all that, and I liked you at the last episode.
It's okay.
And obviously I liked you in the last episode as well because you came through.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was gradual to see you guys like in a. No, let me not finish that.
But I think also just like Deborah just led that show.
Yeah, she did.
amazingly. Like,
100%.
Amazingly.
She wasn't my favorite, you know.
Who was your favorite?
It was Simon and you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Alicia. Yeah, close to what you said about morals as well. I loved your character development to coming out, and then also like just riding for what's right, regardless of family, regardless of like blood and all that kind of thing. Simon, I just enjoyed his character. He was just fun.
he's really
Like
fun,
he was really fun.
I forgot one more though. I loved your mum. Like
Sarah.
Yes.
She just
Yes.
she was just sick.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we got asked was it this morning we got asked who would be like play in the show,
Yeah.
and I was like, I would play Sarah and I was
100%, yeah.
100%.
You both say Sarah.
Yeah.
We're Sarah super fans over here.
Yeah.
Emmy nominated.
Emmy
Sarah
nominated.
now.
Again. But yeah, all right, cool. That was what are we calling ourselves today?
Past the cast.
Cast the Meerkat.
Cast the Meerkat.
That's
Cast the
really
Meerkat.
good.
It's not. We
Yeah. Before of it, 2 minutes ago.
Did you?
I like it.
Oh, do you like it?
Yeah, it's really
Pass the
good.
Meerkat.
We have to,
you
send
like
it back to HQ and everyone
Okay,
needs to
fine.
deliberate on it.
Small cast members to interview, then we can continue the name.
Yeah, because at the
Otherwise,
moment
it's a one-off.
it's a one-off.
It's a
Yeah. So it's on you, Lebechi. Yeah.
So yeah, lovely to chat to you guys today.
Thank
And
you.
you.
Thanks for having us.
It's a hot
Thank
day.
you.
You came out to see us. Thank
And
you.
good luck with the
Yes.
season
For sure.
Thank you.
and season
Thank
2.
you. Yeah.
And 3 and 4.
Willing.
Come on.
God willing.
Amen.
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 You know you're
Yeah, we
editing
receive
that out
it.
though. I'll be
Yeah,
serious.
yeah.
No,
yeah,
she's
yeah.
being serious. And I think you should.
I hope there's many more seasons.
Yes.
Yeah, that part.
There we go.
ITV, do the right thing.
Do the right thing. and if they're playing,
Amazon.
Netflix get involved. And HBO, everyone. All right, cool.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.